So I've just spotted a dolphin out there on its own, which is very strange for here. I've never seen them just on their own this close into the beach. He's just out there. Don't know if you can see him when he pops his fin up, just there. So I'm just going to head out and make sure it's okay. I'm not too sure what's going on, whether it's got a baby calf or it's sick or it's coming up to beach itself. Got no idea what's going on with this poor dolphin. I've never seen this before. Poor thing. I got no idea. It doesn't look injured or anything, but obviously something's not quite right. Shit, I don't know what to do. So here I get into the water to try and get really close to it so I can have a good look and even feel along its body to see if there's anything obviously wrong with it. Unfortunately, I couldn't see or feel anything, though as you'll see later on, it actually did have a big superficial wound under its belly. I thought that maybe it was just lost and needed to get back out into deeper water. So that's what I do. I turn off the camera shortly and swim out with it into the deeper waters and hoping that it would then just go on its way. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, as you'll see. I tried to push it back out towards the sea, but it's coming back in. It looks like it just wants to beach itself. It doesn't look like an adult, or I don't know if this is what they do when they reach the end of their life. But it's definitely struggling. Dolphins have always been, one of my favourite animals, and this is just so sad to see. But maybe it's just the normal process of nature. This is what happens. So here I continued to observe it from the beach. It was crazy. I could tell that it was coming straight up to beach itself, and I never knew that dolphins did this. I was well aware whales did it, and scientists have spent ages trying to figure it out and still are. But eventually when this dolphin did beach itself, I was sort of in a state of shock for a bit. Wasn't too sure what to do. But this is where I finally saw that it had, something up with its belly, whether it was giving birth or it was in fact a wound. So after watching it sort of kick about and in distress on the beach, myself and two other kids, we decided to drag it up and either try and help it if it was giving birth or if there was something we could do with its wound. But this is where we discovered that, there was blood coming from it and it looked infected, and we quickly discovered there's probably not much we could do. So we put it back into the ocean, and I went on Instagram Live just to see if there was any crazy ideas out there. So I got back into the water with the poor bugger, swimming along with it, trying to see if I could get its energy levels back up. Unfortunately, I could really start to feel it die off, and I had to continuously lift its head above water so it could breathe. I did manage to get on Instagram Live for a bit, and luckily there was a good couple of people on there. One was a vet and the other person had worked with these marine animals before. Though the advice was the same, if I could, put it down humanely. And by this stage I definitely agreed. So after spending a bit more time with the poor fella and sort of having a moment between the two of us, that's what I decided to do. And luckily I was able to do that in a very humane, quick, effective way. It was a sad moment, but I definitely took solace in the fact, knowing that, I made it a little bit painless and a little bit quicker for the poor fella than what would have normally naturally occurred. This is where I was on Instagram Live for a little bit and managed to connect with some great people, which I was very thankful for. Okay guys, I'm going to go offline. It just seems like it's just been too much pain. I'm going to try and do the right thing here. So after all of this, and it was completely clear in my mind what I had to do, I didn't want to waste any more time with the animals suffering. So once I got out of the water, I sprinted up the beach, got the gun and put an end to its suffering. And now the question is, what do you do with the animal? And some may disagree with what I chose to do, or you may agree. But I just wanted to make one thing clear. I really do love these animals.
They're such great, intelligent, emotional marine mammals. They play along the island year round. You can often see them while you're having breakfast, jumping in the air, spinning around. They're just such a cool animal to be in the ocean with, sharing their environment and interacting with them. I take great pride when I have guests here and be able to share those experiences with them as well. They just provide so much joy and are bound to put a smile on anyone's face. So I decided to honour the animal by having it provide a protein meal for my mama pigs who had just given birth to a whole bunch of piglets and were definitely in need of a high protein meal. So, I mean, realistically, that's probably what would have happened naturally anyway. It would have washed up on the beach, died, and the wild pigs on the island probably would have eaten it anyway, amongst all the other little critters as well. To honour it further, I may or may not have had a bit of dolphin steak myself. I am living on an island where I farm, grow, harvest and hunt my own food.
And she's absolutely hooking into this dolphin, into the protein. You know, she's just had her litter of piglets, so it's a very important time that...
So one life ends and has been honoured by helping give life to a whole bunch of new little lives.